I believe Kill Bill was going to be one movie right until they tried to edit the footage and realized it was too long. Wait, wasn't Kill Bill supposed to be 3 movies? Like a trilogy? Instead of one very long movie? And the third one never came out. But what I do know was too long and ended up being split up is Ong-Bak 2 and 3. Ong-Bak is a movie with Tony Jaa, one very focused on martial arts. Arguably one of the movies that changed the like fighting in movies for the better. Because it had such insanely good fight scenes. Wait, let me show you. Such insanely good and realistic fight scenes. That seems unlikely given the ending of Kill Bill 2. Wait, really? There. Just looking at Wikipedia. In April 2004, which is, by the way, the same month that Kill Bill Volume 2 was released. In April 2004, Tarantino told Entertainment Weekly that he was planning a sequel. Initially, I was thinking this would be my Dollars trilogy. I was going to do a new one every 10 years, and so on. Most realistic fight scene ever, Indiana Jones shooting that. that was one of the funniest moments of the entire, like, trilogy. Where is that one fight scene I'm thinking of? Why do you keep showing me, like, the first one in like, the Fight Club? What do you mean HD? Why is the title of your video HD? When first up the highest quality is 480p, and secondly it looks like 144p. Look at this. This is Tony Jaa. This is not Ong-Bak. This is a later movie, but it only came out a few years later, and it basically also represents what I'm trying to say here. Also, this is like a 5-minute one take. Starting here, I think. This was not really seen up until this point. Such like very, you know, very brutal, yet at the same time very realistic fights, where it's just like, this is believable. Of course, how he fights his way up this entire restaurant over several floors, you know, is a bit over the top, yes. This jump is real, by the way. He used to watch like Chinese movies where they have like a lot of like string work and like run on walls and shit. He used to watch those as a kid and thought they were real and people just have to be able to do this. So he actually learned to jump like this. This jump was real. And this is a real one take that they shot like 11 times. Imagine shooting this 11 times. This is beautiful in my opinion. It is maybe not up your alley, I don't know. But it is exciting to watch. To me, it is very brutal. It's very realistic. It is hardcore. And it changed. It changed movies. As a whole. Action got way more like this going forward. Because before this, it was always more like on the goofier... Not on the goofier side, but on the less realistic side. Anyway. Ong-Bak came... And then there were 2 sequels that were also shot as one movie. But that one movie was 3 hours long, so they split it up. That's actually all I tried to say here. But I love fights and Tony Jaa too much to not go into that a little bit as well. The heavy cuts make fights feel unreal. Yes. And as you saw, this was a one take. And also... The thing is, cuts don't necessarily make fight scenes unrealistic, in my opinion. What does, though, is the f***ing Taken 3 fence scene. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you. This is a real scene in a real movie. Taken is an amazing movie. It is so f***ing good. Taken is one of the best thrillers, in my opinion. Period. But... Of course, it had to have 2 sequels, one worse than the other, and in the third one, he jumps over a fence, okay? He tries to run away and jumps over a fence. Quality is absolute dog shit. And this, I don't know what's wrong with anything higher than 360p, but let's roll with it. So, you know, stuff like this, yes, of course you don't even know what's going on at that point anymore. Here you do, because he's just jumping over a fucking fence. How many cuts was that? I don't know, like 15? But imagine cutting a fight like this. Yeah, of course you're not gonna see shit. Yeah, of course, that's why I'm not the biggest fan of, like, the Bourne movies, for example. You know, the Bourne trilogy that has 5 movies, but yeah, they suffer from that problem, and other movies as well. That's why I don't really like that, because you don't even see shit. But you can also shoot fights beautifully with cuts while still showing everything. Just by, first up, zooming out! You know, if you're zoomed in all the time on the faces and on the fists and shit, yeah, it looks like something is happening, but you don't see what's actually happening. You know, if you zoom out a little and actually show the two people interacting, you're suddenly gonna understand what's happening. And then also cut a little less. You know, let 1 or 2 kicks play out and then cut. You know? Problem solved. But if you got actors who can't fight for shit, yeah, of course you gotta do the fucking Resident Evil 6 bullshit to show literally anything, because otherwise you couldn't. By Resident Evil 6 bullshit. This is a random scene from the movie. You can see it. Like, I just clicked the first thing. Look at how many cuts there are. Look at this. This is probably the longest shot of the entire movie. Okay, show me some. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Look at this. You don't even see. Yeah, she did. I think she did something there with the rope. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I almost kind of saw that. I don't really. Wait. I don't really see though. The zombie is like behind her, and she does something with the rope, and it falls down, and suddenly she's like way behind and can kick it. Like, what the f happened? How did that even happen? I don't understand shit. I just see that she's running. She's doing some things in very close up, and suddenly things happen. Yeah, no shit. It feels like action, but not. It doesn't feel like anything is actually happening. If she can run after them, how the f are they fast enough to hit cars so they would fly away like this? If they are slow enough so that she can actually run after them kind of casually. Anyway. Yeah, if you do bullshit like this, yeah, the action's gonna look bad, obviously. But she's being dragged. Yeah, but you saw how she is running. She isn't running very fast. She even had time to slow down and, like, knock that zombie out and kick it. Can't be running that fast. Can't be dragged that fast, right? And that's not even one of the worst scenes. It's literally just a random one. I'm checking something to see if I can show this on Twitch, because this is a very brutal movie. But I think this is still fine. But if we, for example, look at The Raid 2, a beautiful action movie. Amazing movie. Indonesian, very, very brutal though. Don't watch it if you don't like seeing blood. I'm serious. I checked, like, I should be safe for the next, like, 30 seconds or so. Hey, Shockwave. But if you shoot your movies like this, you know, it still feels very action-packed, you know, camera movements, shaky cam and shit. But you can still see everything because you're actually giving the actors some room to do their thing. There are many cuts. It feels very action-heavy. But you can actually see what's going on because you have actors who can actually fight. And didn't just hire random people who can't fight for shit just because they have a big name. Oops. This is beautiful. Anyway, I think this is where it starts getting brutal, so I'll stop. Oh my god, yeah, he literally, yeah. These cuts are between attacks, not 3 cuts per attack. That too. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Just cut less and actually let them show what they're capable of, and don't zoom in on a f***ing fist or on a f***ing face all the time, but actually show what's going on. Then people are gonna see what's going on. If you show it, people will be able to see it. Makes sense, right? Should have made sense to some of the movie directors. That, you know, when you're shooting a movie, a very visual medium, then it makes sense to show something. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Show what they're capable of requires good actors who can fight. There are plenty of actors who can fight. How good or not, how good they are is, you know, debatable. I don't know. But there are plenty of actors who can fight. I'm sorry, but if you make a movie that is based around fights, literally based around the concept of fighting, and has many fights, it helps if the actor can actually fight. Just like when you're filming a musical, it makes sense when the actors can actually sing. Then just don't pick actors who can't sing. Easy as that. Also, when they're paying millions, they can afford better actors. That's also true. Or they can also pay the actors to learn to fight. It's a thing they can do. That is true. Keanu Reeves, for John Wick, went through extensive training to use weapons properly so it looks realistic in the movie. Not sure about fighting. I think he also did fighting training. I think so. But what I definitely know is he went through extensive training with weapons to use them properly in different situations and different like scenarios to make it look like you actually know what you're doing. Because he learned what to do. He knows what he's doing. That's why it looks so good. But he didn't know it before. He learned it for the role. Crazy, I know. Actors can actually act when given time to actually prepare? Damn! He trained martial arts since The Matrix, I believe. Yeah, but it was still different, right? Like, the John Wick movies aren't based around martial arts that much, right? Like, he fights, but, you know, he knows Kung Fu, okay. He realized he enjoyed it when doing it on Matrix. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. But he definitely went through weapon training. Because holy shit, some people understand that, you know, understanding what you're doing makes for a better experience for the viewers, for the people who watch your thing, because you actually know what you're doing. It looks good, it looks realistic. Crazy concept, I know. Maybe because John Wick was directed by a stuntman, by a former stuntman, and he actually understands what, you know, what good action is. Thank God. But some people don't care enough. Martial arts that have been modified for the use of guns. It's called Gun Fu, and have you ever seen... What's the movie called? Oh, I forgot what it's called, the famous John Woo movie. Hard Boiled. Have you seen Hard Boiled? Hard Boiled is a great movie. It is. And holy shit, Hard Boiled is like non-stop action. Literally non-stop. There is not a single break in that movie, I think. At most, there is like 5 minutes of calm talking in that entire like 2-hour movie. It's crazy. Watch it if you like good action, because holy shit.